Alright, hi everyone. So before we get started with the video, I am first going to apologize for how slow I will be talking in just a minute. You can double speed it if you want because I sound and look awful for the majority of this video, and it is quite alright. But you're not here for how well I look, you're here for what I read. So I will say that I did read 3 different books during this. 2 I finished, 1 I did not. I'm not going to tell you which books I read for what challenge because it is the beginning. I don't want to spoil which books I read or where I got to or what I thought. So one of the books I read was for the Pirate Cove challenge, and you'll figure out which book I picked for that one because it might not be obvious, but I'm going to say Space Pirate, and I hope you get it because it's all I got for that prompt right now. And then the next book that I read is the Bookie Grail, so Stardust, so that's not really a spoiler. And then the next one that I read was for the giant squid one because it was out of my comfort zone and very scary for me, even though it was a very short book. It wasn't very super intimidating. I'm not saying that it was intimidating because of the length by any means, but it was intimidating because of the topic. So I'm going to put this into the video real quick in the beginning. Basically, I'm going around to all of my errand places and stopping for 5 minutes before I go in to edit a video a little bit. And then before I leave in the car, I'm editing for about 5 minutes because I only have like 40 minutes worth of video before this is added. So I think that, you know, I'll be able to finish a little bit because I am going out tonight and I really want this out before I go out. So without further ado, I'm gonna end this video and you can see what I read. Hey everyone, so for this video, I'm gonna be doing the 24-hour readathon that's part of the book Junkie trials that was impromptu, and I just found out about like 30 minutes ago. But it works out because it starts at 12 my time, which is probably 5 minutes ago, but I had to like clean up because the boys and I spent the night at a friend's house and we were all messes. So I needed to clean up some stuff. And then, yeah, so the only book I have left for the Scribes Challenge is the Bookie Grail, Stardust by Neil Gaiman. So that is the first book that I need to finish. I'm only on page 23. And once I finish that, then I'll be done with the Scribes portion of the reading challenge. And I was going to read 17 books, but seeing as it is the 20th of the month and I am 7 books in, I don't see this as being very realistic for me. So I am going to stop once I get to finishing this book. And then on the 22nd, starts the Strange-a-thon and the Reading Rush challenges, and they overlap. They're both from the 22nd to the 28th, and I'm planning on reading 7 books between the 2 of them because I can overlap some of the prompts. So I have them already kind of set out. Tomorrow I'm going to do the video of the official TBR for that week. I have 2 picked out for audiobooks because I do anticipate a lot of driving next week. And I think 2 audiobooks would greatly help me to finish the whole week of the reading. And all the books are really short, so I imagine I can finish 1 a day. They're like 150 pages each, which I think I can do. So I'm not too worried about finishing that one. I don't know what I was thinking saying that I would finish 17 books. Oh my goodness. And they were all like decent books. They weren't very reading challenge friendly. So, but that's okay. So I have the Stardust book and I finished the Queen of Hearts book, and then I got the next 2. And then I also ordered the first 3 books from this other Alice in Wonderland spinoff from the library, and it's like a zombie theme. So if I finish those 2 books, I might take a whack at the zombie one, which might be kind of cool. And then I have a couple other ones in mind that I want to get to. but I want to see how far I can get in the 24 hours. So I'm hoping to finish Stardust by about dinner time. It's probably like 12:05 now. Yeah, so I will do a follow-up video, and this is going to be my first 24-hour vlog of reading. So this will be interesting, and I'll let you know where I am later. So I'm 10 pages further into this book, and I'm so happy that I decided to continue reading this, because I was almost going to DNF it, but it was the only book left on the TBR for the book Junkie trials for scribes. So I really wanted to finish it, and I'm so happy the direction it took. I did not want to read about the guy because that just was not something I was into. But then there was a little twist like 10 pages later, and I am glad because now I'm interested. Okay, so it is 2:45 and I've been actually listening to Stardust on audiobook because I have a lot of things to do in this house. I want to go out with some of my friends tomorrow night, so in order for me to do that, I really need to clean everything here. So I've been listening to an audiobook, and I'm on page 107, and it's okay. It's Stardust by Neil Gaiman, and it's okay. It's like 237 pages or something, so the plot's interesting. I kind of hope that it gets a little bit more interesting. I don't know if it's because I'm reading it on audiobook. I found the first 35 pages kind of hard to get into. I find it easier that I'm listening to it on audiobook because I don't think I would read it very fast. So I'm gonna finish it. It's an audiobook. I just gotta listen to it. I'm planning on going to the grocery store in about an hour, so I'll listen to it in the car ride there. I'll listen to it while I'm in the store, car ride back. I'm hoping to almost be finished by the time I get back from the store. If not, I'm gonna finish it right away. But I'm probably gonna read the last 40 pages because I feel like that's gonna be the portion that I find most interesting. I hope so. But the other book that I have that I kind of want to read after this, I ordered this through the library and it came in yesterday, and it's Science in Wonderland, and it's a bunch of short stories from Victoria. It's the scientific fairy tales of Victorian Britain, and it has illustrations in it that are like Wonderland and Alice stuff. So I'm interested in reading it. It seems like it has 6 short stories and they kind of seem like fantasy. I don't think they're sci-fi, but they have a little guy with a dragonfly. So it has a very fantasy sci-fi vibe from the cover. So we'll see how that book is. I'm really interested in reading that book, so I really hope it's good. It's 6 short stories, so I plan on reading 1 or 2 and then taking a break from it and reading another book, because I have a bunch of shorter books that I had gotten for the challenges that start in 2 days, but I know I'm not gonna need to read all of them for the challenge, so I got them. I might as well read them if they're short enough, and it's a readathon. So I plan on reading for the majority of the night. I know I'm gonna need to sleep, but I also know my husband has off tomorrow, hence why I'm able to go out tomorrow with some of my friends. So I might take a nap tomorrow before I go out, because I plan on staying up later throughout the night than I usually do. But we'll see. So that's my update. What time is it now? It's almost 2:50 now. So I'll give you an update where I am before I leave for the store. And then when I get back, I hope to be finished. All right, so as you can tell, it is storming here, and originally I wanted to go to the store because there's something I've been putting off for way too long. I need to go to the store. But it is storming outside and the power has already gone off 3 times. So I really don't want to go drive in it. So I'm going to read, like physically read the book now. I am into chapter 6 and I did find another book I wanted to read. So I'm going to finish Stardust and I'll let you guys know when I finish the book. Well, as you can tell, it's not exactly the cheeriest mood outside. However, it stopped raining enough for us, I guess, to go to the store. And I'm only giving you a view of outside because our power is currently out. It keeps flickering on and off, so I figured instead of staying home with the kids getting scared, we'll just go to the store and hopefully the apartment figures it out and keeps the power on. So not too worried, but yeah, so we're gonna get ready to go to the store. Hopefully by the time we get back, everything's working again, so we don't have to worry about it tonight. I'm only on chapter 7 of Stardust, so, but with the light out, I do not imagine the weather the way that it is and our light's not working. I don't imagine that I'm going to be able to actually read the book. So I'm going to look up another audiobook to read while I'm in the store shopping and running some errands, and I'll let you know when I pick in the car. All right, hi everyone. So I look like a mess because it is still raining outside. However, our power came back on. So that means we have Wi-Fi again. So it was a little rough trip to the store, but I got everything that I needed. And that was just a disaster. Anyway, so I got my coffee. And I am about an hour and a half into The Martian, and it's absolutely hilarious. I love it. It's such a good audiobook right now. I'm very excited for it. Now that I'm home though, I don't know if I want to continue listening to The Martian or if I want to finish Stardust, but I know that I have a few things to do before I sit down and read. And I plan on reading throughout the night too. So I'm probably going to listen to The Martian, relax, settle in, get something situated. It's 6 o'clock-ish. I don't know. All my clocks are digital, so they aren't. All my clocks are broken right now because of the power, which means that I don't know what time it is, but I think it's 6. I think it's 6. So I'll probably start dinner in a few minutes and I'll let you know how things go. So it's actually 7 because I can't see the clock on my phone until I stop doing the video. So it's actually 6:40, I think I saw on the phone. It's a little bit later than I thought, but I'm still confident that I got a bunch of stuff done. It is only, so if it's about to be 7, we're 7 hours in of 24, which means I think I'm doing okay. So I'm an hour and a half into The Martian, and I think that's like an 8 or 9 hour one. So I could probably listen to it at double speed and finish it, and then read like the last 80 pages I have of Stardust. And then hopefully that will mean that by midnight I'll have 2 books finished. And then I can read a really short book. And then figure out if I'm going to sleep or read another short book. So I'll let you know. Alright, so I realized I haven't done an update in a while. It is 9 o'clock now. I am in chapter 14 of the audiobook. I'm listening to it on double speed and it's actually still hilarious. Sometimes I get worried about doing double speed on audiobooks because then I can't understand what's going on. I don't know what they're saying. It just becomes a big confusing mess. And actually it's not bad at all. I can understand everything that's going on, so pretty excited about that, so I can do it at double speed. And then hopefully I can get that done in, hopefully by 10 or 11, I'll finish the audiobook for The Martian. I'm halfway through 2 different books, over halfway through. All right, so it's 9 o'clock. I need to do something with this hair. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I need to clean up. I look like a mess. It is 9 o'clock. Oh, I look horrible. All right, well, I'll see you later. Okay, it is currently 10:51. I probably look awful. I haven't even washed up my makeup yet. I'll probably do that in a minute. I'm on sorry, my computer's up there. I'm on chapter 18 of the audiobook for The Martian. I've been trying to figure out my new TBR for the book Junkie trials because I returned all the books to the library that I was going to read for everything, and to be honest, I'm not going to go back and check them out, especially since next week I have 7 books that I plan on reading, probably more. I'm not sure yet. I want to do both of those reading challenges, but I'm debating whether or not this has become unrealistic for me. And then I started replanning my TBR, and I really think that I'll be able to do it as long as I finish the 2 books that I started for this readathon, and maybe as long as I finish the 2 books I started for this readathon and maybe finish 1 or 2 more. But I still have to save a few for the readathon that starts on the 22nd. So I'll probably do every other book if I can that's not designated for next week, and then by the 28th I should be done with everything, if not earlier, because I have quite a few audiobooks for this next week. So I don't know if I want to save the audiobooks for the end or if I want to try to get it so that I listen to an audiobook and read a book every day and see what I can get at. Because one of the audiobooks, so one of the books that I am going to be reading, and I'm going to do a whole nother TBR video for next week, and I'm going to try my best to vlog the entire week because this has been fun. I hope the footage comes out okay because, oh man, I don't know. I think it's cool to watch the vlogs and stuff, so I don't know yet. But I'm gonna look like a wreck because, man, do I look horrible in these videos. But that's okay. So I know one of the books that I am gonna read is Animal Farm, and that one was like a 3-hour audiobook, which wasn't too bad. I know I have a bunch of short books. I think my longest book that I want to do is the Percy Jackson and the Sea of Monsters, and that is an 8-hour audiobook. So that one I'm probably gonna like only listen to in the car because all the other ones I can listen to on my phone. This is the only one that's on discs. So this will probably take me like the entire week to listen to in the car. And I think it'll also show me whether or not I actually spend 8 hours in the car, which I probably do, like between the pair of pickup lines and my long drives throughout the week. I'm gonna see how much I actually drive throughout a regular week because my driving's actually gonna increase in the next couple of weeks. So I don't know. It might be interesting to see how much of the audiobooks that I am able to listen to, because I think that that's pretty crazy if I'm listening to audiobooks so often. Sorry if you heard the neighbor's dog, that's okay. She's a little sweetie though. Alrighty, well, I'm gonna finish this audiobook. On 18, I'm pretty sure there's 26 chapters, and each of the chapters is like 30 to 40 minutes, but I'm listening to it on double speed. So I should be done in like hopefully an hour, but I'm sure by then my husband will be home, so I just watch a movie. By the way, The Martian has been hilarious. I think it's awesome. It pretty much is the same as the movie. I feel like some things are in different orders. Like, I think that the order they made it for the movie makes sense for the movie, and then the order that they have it in the book, I guess, is okay. I'm don't really have a solid opinion on it, I guess, but it seems pretty similar. The characters are hilarious still. It's a very sarcastic book. Very sarcastic, and it's hilarious. It does have a lot of graphic language, which, if you don't mind, is okay. It's an adult book. So, but again, it's 11 o'clock at night, so let me get started on this audiobook, and I will clean up, and hopefully I look a little less tired in the morning. All right. Hi, everyone. So I look like super crap right now. That's okay. It's like 7:30 in the morning, and I just woke up. I didn't get to bed until like 1:30, but that was okay. I didn't get a whole lot reading done. I had been reading like all day and listening to audiobooks, so I went to bed at like 1:30. It's around 7:45 now. I just like brushed my teeth, brushed my hair real quick, and try to freshen up a little bit. I just finished chapter 22 in the audiobook. I have 4 more chapters left, so I'm going to try to finish that this morning real quick. And I'm going to get some things ready, cook the kids some breakfast, and get changed, do some stuff around the house. And then hopefully once all that stuff's done, the audiobook will be done. I'll be able to finish the last 3 chapters of Stardust. Or 4, 7, 8, 9. So the last 4 chapters. And then I have a shorter book. It's called Night Terrors. I forgot who it's by, but I'll show you guys it later. And it's really short. Seems really interesting. I was a psych major for my bachelor's, so it's about this guy. And it sounds like it's about this guy who watched his brother drown, and now he has like nightmares, which I know isn't night terrors, but I'm gonna see if they differentiate that, because I know it's a kind of confusing mix-up for some people. So I'll let you know when I finish reading The Martian. I haven't quite finished doing my hair, and I'm sure my face looks all sorts of messed up because, let's be honest, Jasmine does not have very good complexion. Anyways, so I finished The Martian, and it was absolutely hilarious. I loved it. I don't know if I liked it because it was a survival story, or if it was a space story, or because of the tone of the whole thing, but I absolutely thought it was awesome. I did listen to it on audiobook. So, I don't actually have a copy of it, but I really wanted to listen to the story and, you know, finish it. So it was really good. It kind of reminds me of my middle school days when I wanted to be an aerospace engineer. So I was reading like everything about space and planets and exploration and how ships work, and it just brought me back to a really good time. So that was a really enjoyable thing. I have not made any progress in Stardust, but I read a book, so that's good. I'm almost done with Stardust, so I should probably finish that today. It's almost, I think it's like 9:45, so I still have a good couple of hours. I want to read Night Terror first, It's a really short book. It's like around 100 pages. It's by Sean something. I'm gonna have to, in my next update, tell you who the author is. But I'm kind of nervous because already on the first page, they did not give the right description of night terror, which I was worried about because part of the hallmark of a night terror is that you don't remember it. So he talks about this nightmare that he's having of his brother who drowned in front of him. So he does have PTSD, and that's one of the things that the psychiatrist says, but the psychiatrist diagnosed him with night terrors when it's pretty obvious it's PTSD and nightmares, because dreams happen in REM sleep, which is where the nightmares are happening, and he remembers them. If he had the night terrors, he'd be waking up in the middle of the night and not remembering, dreaming of his brother, So kind of ticked off about that. I love a good psychology book, but night terrors and nightmares get easily mixed up and kind of is obvious, and that kind of frustrates me. But I can't blame the author. So it's obvious that he suffers from some sort of PTSD, so I'm gonna keep reading it. It's a really short book, so I can fly through it, and I'll let you know how it goes. So I still haven't done anything to my face. I'm gonna redo my hair because it's still a little frizzy. But so I'm at page 80 in Night Terror, and it's turned into a camping not serial killer, but it's just really creepy. So I'm actually pleasantly surprised at how it is going. The only confusion with the night terror and the nightmares was in the beginning. But the main character is continually calling them nightmares, so I feel a little bit better about it, but I'm not sure why it's called Night Terror then, unless there's a twist at the end, and I'm really not sure. It's a really small book. It's like 117 pages, so it's not totally long, and it's a really good quick read if you want like a YA scary horror, camp style thing. I'm kind of upset that I picked it now though, because it would have been an awesome and perfect fit for the Strange-a-thon that's happening, and it starts tomorrow. It actually starts at midnight, so in like 13 hours, because right now it's like 11 o'clock, so that would have been an awesome read for that. And I didn't realize that I'm also in the middle of the 24 and 48 reading challenge, so I guess I'm doing that too. Like, I don't know, a lot of these challenges overlap, so it's hard to plan out all of them. It really seems like you just have to like pick one or two and stick with them. But I really think I'm gonna finish the book Junkie trials. I think I'll finish like 2 3/4 by the time that the 24 hours is up, which is in an hour. And I'm gonna finish the last like 30 pages of the book that I'm reading now. And it's really good. I think I'll probably give it like 4 stars, only because I don't get the title right now. So unless they convince me why the title is that, I don't know. I don't get it right now, but I really hope I do, because right now it's just really creepy. And it's like the perfect length for it to be like a, Law and Order episode. So that's kind of like the feel of it and the amount of events that are happening. And The Martian, by the way, I gave 5 stars. And the only reason why I'm debating on giving it 5 stars is because I really wish there were like a chapter or two after about him acclimating back into society, because I love those stories of how they've gone through something traumatic and out of their control, like being abandoned on Mars or, something crazy like that. And then going back into society and the struggles that they faced then, because I feel like that's sort of my area of interest more than the actual survival story. It's how they use their survival skills that they've learned by being alone with people. I think that's the interesting part. But I will let you know what I think about the book. And I think I'll finish it in the hour most definitely, because it's 11 and it ends at 12. So I'll let you know how many pages at 12 that I've read for the 24-hour challenge. All right, everyone. So it's 11:45 and I think I'm gonna call it a day for the reading challenge. I need to redo this portion of the video because when I originally did it, I messed up on the page numbers. So I just wanted to plug in real quick that I read 634 pages, in case anyone was wondering. I listened to the Martian on audiobook, and that was a really good one. I think I said 5 stars, although I wish, like I said, I really wish there was something at the end after what happens, because it pretty much was a play-by-play of the movie, which is good, but I don't know. I feel like it needs a follow-up or something. Like, I would really appreciate a book about him coming back after all that happening. So, and then the other book that I read was Night Terrors, and it's by Sean Rodman, and it's a really thin book. So it's a YA horror camping thing. So basically it's about this guy, Dylan, and Josh, which was one of his co-workers that he didn't really talk to, end up staying behind once everyone leaves to help prepare it almost has like a camping country club kind of feel to it, but it's them being there, and they are told that they're there to help prepare for the winter and get everything set up and everything. But they end up with this boss who is a former chef who turned manager, and he's absolutely psychotic. So it goes through that story, and it was a really quick read, but it was so fast paced that it got me like invested in it, and it's a really good scary read. Depending on how easily scared you are, kind of really predictable, but that's all right because I don't really like too much scary stuff. But it ended up being a really nice quick read. It was like 120 pages, no problem. And then I got 143 pages into Stardust. I have not read that yet today. I know last night I really wanted to finish it, but it didn't happen. But that's okay, because I still have a whole other week to finish that. So that's my update, and I'm gonna probably try editing for the next few minutes and then go on the like live show wrap up that they have. And I'll see you guys in the next video. I am gonna try to vlog the next week between the reading rush and the Strange-a-thon. I think that I'll be able to like do a nice little vlog, and that will be fun, and it'll help me get used to vlogging and things because I'm still new to everything. So if there's anything I can improve on for my vlogs, anything that you liked, or if you're gonna read a book now that I read, go ahead and comment below, and I'll see you guys in my next video.